Come on, Teddy.
Left. Hey. Start at 10. Hit it. Energy, go. It's 3, 1, 2, 3, hey! Go, boy. Mine for the last game, coach. Okay, put it in a cooler. Yes, sir. That's you? Yes, sir. Hey, buddy, you want some water? Yeah, that'll work. Hey, careful. Curveball. Hey, Isa, you're not leading off. Am I not? No. Who's leading off? Ricardo. Hey, Brett. Awesome. There you go, buddy. That would keep you going. Want your bucket, or you want this one? No, I mean, I'm good with that. Unless, I mean, no one else needs that. Hey, come on. Nice arm, nice arm. Hey, let's go. If we go carry these stuff here, kid. Let's go, Ricardo. Let's go, Ricky, right here, kid. And she knew. Yeah, she knew. Go, kid. Go, Ricky, right here, kid.
Game changer.
And the first pitch is high to Ricardo leading off. That's a new look for us. And ball one.
Okay, Mark, good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can see you.
Okay. So we're going to try a new thing today with play-by-play. I'm going to try to do a play-by-play right now. So what's the count, Mike?
1-1?
1-1. Okay, let's go. High, ball 2.
So big tall number 2 on the mound here. Expect some big strides and probably some higher velocity out of him.
High for ball 3. Ricardo takes the 3-1 pitch for ball 4.
Interesting.
Got a runner on first base. What's interesting, Mike?
Well, what's interesting to me is the new lineup here. We've got Ricardo leading off. Traditionally, he's batting 5th to give Gianni some protection. Teddy bats 3rd, is now 2nd. So we'll see.
So my son Isaiah is homesick with a nasty cough that's been bugging him for a couple weeks. He finally took this game off. I should be good to go for tomorrow. He may play the second game. We'll see.
I look forward to seeing him.
I'm sure that excuse will last a little.
It does, but we've struggled 3 weekends in a row to have any good sort of rallies or bats.
Especially in the beginning.
Yeah.
So it was Teddy takes ball 1 high.
So I think you're seeing Coach putting, Ricardo is batting number 1 on the team in batting average, Teddy's 2nd, and I think Gianni's 3rd. So maybe Coach is batting batting average. So that foul ball down the right side. We'll send Coach Steve looking for it.
And believe it or not, I think Isaiah is fifth. So that kind of matched up with what
we were talking about, exactly.
We just practiced, but get your timing.
One in your room, 22.
Hey. On that box, man.
Teddy swings and misses on a high fastball for right there. One ball, 2 strikes.
And that was a 65-mile-an-hour pitch there, right in the eyes. Looks good, but you're never going to be able to do anything with it. Teddy's got to be more disciplined. He's going to take that same pitch.
He takes that same pitch for a ball.
Yeah, so that was I'm excited to see that. A little more discipline there.
So back to even count.
Lots of throwovers here. So they don't count as pitches, but they certainly work, especially if the pitcher's thrown over there hard. So.
Good eye.
A back pick.
Let's go. Keep it up. Keep it working.
3-2.
Hey, come on, let's go, Teddy.
Hey, you right here, Teddy.
Hey. Come on, kid. Here we go.
Teddy will stay alive now with that one. Yeah.
Teddy hits one right up the middle. Settles in first base for an easy single off the mound.
All right, we like to see this. This is I think what Coach was looking for was get.
I like Ricardo in that leadoff spot.
Yeah. We had Isai in there, but we tried.
And I thought Isai with his high on-base percentage was really good. And it's nice to have like solid hitters.
Yeah.
So Gianni takes the first pitch low and on the outside for ball 1. Wonder how Gianni's hand is doing. He kind of hurt his thumb the other day.
Yeah, it's from street football, I believe. Jammed it. So
Gianni fouls it off.
Nope.
For strike one.
We're just getting ready to throw one. Catcher already had it. Sorry, bud. Hey.
all right, so
We have that low. Strike 2. It's 2 balls, 2 strikes and 1 ball. We have that kind of drop off in outfield.
Oh, you're right.
Like we had last week in the outfield.
yeah, look at that center fielder. You can only see from his knees and above here. So yeah, the ball's definitely going to roll if Gianni gets the ball in the outfield.
It's going to be.
See it?
Gianni strikes out on it.
It looked like maybe a changeup. So it looks like that's our first non-fastball we've seen from the pitcher here. So he's got a second pitch in his arsenal, which will make him much tougher to hit.
It'll be a hard day for the outfielders again.
Yeah. All right, with Chris now with 1 down. One of our boys up there.
Look, Chris, here, kid. No one's on.
Chris takes low and slightly on the outside for ball 1.
So that looked like a curve. So now we're seeing.
It dropped. Right?
Yeah. So now we're seeing at least 2, if not 3 pitches from number 2 here on the mound. Getting a little bit more comfortable.
Go back to his fastball right there.
Yep.
For a swing and strike from Chris. Maybe a little outside, but.
Yep. And that was 66 miles an hour. So a 7-mile-an-hour difference between.
Was that curveball?
59. So. See if he comes back with the fastball.
He does, but it's inside. You got to play at third base, but he's in safe. So that brings us back to 2 balls and 1 strike. All right.
Everybody's going to move up 90 feet. Now we have a short little bench, or a short little backstop here with a. Oh, it's that it's a plastic decking.
Where?
The Trex right here. So anything that comes beyond the pitcher is going to bounce real good because it comes off the tracks.
Unless it's high.
Yeah. Oh, a little.
little roller, and he makes the play, but Ricardo scores. So he does his job, drives in a run, moves Teddy to third.
So not bad. Very productive out from Chris. Hit the ball to the right side.
Yes.
I like to see that.
And he saw some of his secondary pitches.
That's true.
Which we had not yet seen.
Yeah. Now hopefully he goes back in the dugout and says, hey, he's got this pitch, he's got that pitch. All right, Isai is now batting, what's this, fifth?
Or we could just steal the signs. I'm kidding.
We don't do that.
A joke to last week.
Don't do that.
The other team, we would not.
I think I was mad until Tuesday on these stolen signs.
So Isai takes ball one low and inside.
Teddy taking a nice big secondary there. The third baseman paying him no heed over at third. He'll come into your screen here.
Isai swings for strike 2.
So what that means is that in a pass ball, Teddy with that giant secondary is definitely going to be running, especially with 2
I
outs.
thought that's 2 strikes. Is that? Did he take ball 1?
I think it was 1-1.
1-1.
Yeah.
My bad.
Got your head down.
So Isai pulled
2
his
balls,
head there.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Isai pulled his head there on a 64-mile-an-hour fastball.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to do that and make contact. So,
On an otherwise hittable pitch.
yeah.
Go, 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 go.
Ball goes foul. We did that.
And Teddy's Papa cheering on Isai. A loud voice there over my shoulder in case you're hearing a new voice today. But Isai, as a catcher, he knew that ball was going foul as soon as it came off the bat, I assume. He's seen a lot of those in his day. There's a beautiful curve.
Beautiful curveball that gets him down looking and in.
So that'll be 57-mile-an-hour curveball there.
That
So,
was a nice pitch.
well,
So
we,
the Jackrabbits pick up 1 to lead off the top of the first, and we will have the prospects coming up in the bottom of the first.
yep. We'll mute now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Isai with the gear on. He will be Chris's battery mate. Chris on the little bump. It's not really much of a mound, so we'll see if it causes trouble for him because he is a tall boy and he is landing sort of half on the mound, half on the flat. So we'll see if that impacts his throws today. Isai, again, behind the plate. Jabrell will be at first, Aaron at second, Ricardo at short, and Gianni at third. In right, we got Emilio. In center, we got Jack. And in left, we've got Mason. You know what I'm noticing? No Jorge. That's probably why the lineup was also changed.
Oh, yeah.
There's no Jorge out at shortstop.
We didn't have Jorge last week either, did we?
We didn't have Ricardo last
We
week.
didn't have Ricardo.
Yep.
Oh, so what's Jorge? Is he gone for the weekend?
I don't know. I haven't heard anything. So, hey, Jorge, if you're listening to the game or Jorge's family, send us a text or give us a little chat here in Team Reach on your status.
Really hope we can get Isaiah back here for the game too.
I think
Hope he's feeling well enough.
I think Isai is hoping it is as well.
Yeah, right?
It's a long day behind the plate.
Yep. Sure is.
So we'll miss a little bit defensively at short without Jorge there. He's Mr. Sports Center for us. Ricardo's certainly an adequate replacement, but there's just a little extra pizzazz, if you will, with having Jorge out there. Exactly.
And that's going to fall right in the gap for at least a double. Although they may have... Nope, no, he's wisely holding up at first.
The ball is overthrown. Actually, Chris has to pick it up, so I don't know who threw that ball, but they missed their cutoff man, and then they missed Ricardo at second. So cutoff man has to do a better job being lined up so that in the event there is an overthrow, it goes right to the base. That was sort of into no man's land. But a solid stroke.
The center fielder.
Yeah, so that would have been Jack then.
Jack. So that's strike one to their 2-hole hitter.
No, looks like the prospects here swinging that controversial hype fire from last year, the drop 5 hype fire.
What's the controversy behind that?
Well, there was some of the other kind of more national groups like Triple Crown and Play Ball.
Balls to... and they got a play at first. They got him for a double play. Very well done. So Jackrabbit's making him pay out there for trying to maybe cheat to get that ball.
Yep. So Jabril, though, didn't step on the bag. He went for the tag, which is a riskier move. He ends up getting him.
Got lucky.
Yep. So obviously still things to work on. But I will take this very traditional 9-3 double play put out.
That's right, and that
Heads up play by Emilio.
Gets that base runner gone.
Yeah.
So we got Emilio, and you want to do the... That's the first pitch, squibber into short center field.
So with
Put the prospect on first.
Yeah, so the prospect's not because some of the other national programs were clocking it as exceeding the USSSA allowed limits of 1.15
of diameter.
No, the ball coming off. So if the ball comes in at 60 miles an hour, it can't leave any faster than 60 times 1.15.
And
that's for the safety of the pitcher, basically.
No, I understand, but how does the bat have so much definite?
So it's not clear. There's some metallurgical things that you can do, and the metallurgical properties allow it to get, once it gets beat up a little bit, it actually gets a little bit more springier.
Huh.
And so there was some controversy. I believe the hype fire is made by Easton, and they sort of said put up or shut up to these organizations, and they weren't. Nice slider there for 6 miles an hour. So the organizations didn't ultimately end up banning him, I don't believe, but they just didn't want to have a big fight because these are like $500 bats, and there's I don't know.
So they didn't ban them.
They ultimately didn't ban them. They I believe they end up having sort of a controversy, but they ended up not banning because the Easton threatened to sue basically. And we got $1,000 worth of baseball bats here in the on-deck circle and in the batter's box.
That's right.
And those parents are going to want a refund. So if it were to be found that they were cheating. So regardless, these bats have a lot of pop, and we've already seen that today.
Do we have anybody hitting one of those?
Nobody on our team really likes the bat. We did get, I think somebody bought a 2026 or 2025, whatever this current season is, of the hype. But it's not a popular one in our dugout.
1 ball and 2 strikes to number 99, who is not a small baseball player. Oh, defensive swing. Strike him out.
So we got 4 outs in that inning.
We did get 4 outs.
Chris with the high heater gets the defensive swing, as Mark said. And then Isai with a nice throw down to Gianni, who tags him anyway. And the Jackrabbits.
Even though the play was over, that wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be nice if you could bank one. Start the next inning.
That's right.
With one on.
We'll save that.
And so that will be, we'll go to the top of the second here. Jackrabbits did lose the coin flip. They're thus the visitor. And we'll have a 1-0 lead in our favor.
I kind of hate that coin flip to decide the home teams. I feel like they should figure out some system where you get one home game out of year 2.
Oh.
Out of year 2.
Mathematically, that'd be interesting to know.
I don't know if it's possible.
Yeah, because let's say that we're the visitor here,
Yeah.
and then we play our next game
Yeah.
against the team that was the visitor in their game.
And it would just depend too much on how many teams were involved and if you could keep it even.
Right. So for those, speaking of teams involved, for those folks at home paying attention to our schedule, this is our last CABA tournament of the season. It is the 14U Liberty Blast. And we have one more tournament after this. That's the self-produced Jackrabbits Invitational.
Inaugural.
Inaugural. Thank you. There you go.
In Strasbourg, which is about 7.5 hours east of here. I may be exaggerating a tiny bit.
Well, that's good. You're jealous because you're only 5 minutes from the park. We had a 45-minute drive, so I will take the Strasbourg. That'll be next weekend.
For you, Strasbourg's not that
It's
as bad.
way better. You get on 70 and just head east, and then when the land goes flat, you keep driving.
And truth be told, it's only about 50 minutes for us. It's not that bad.
It's still a ride for sure. So the Jackrabbits, though, in this tournament, the Invitational is next weekend. In this tournament, we are going to face there's 9 teams. Therefore, there'll be 2 brackets tomorrow, seeds 1 to 5 and 6 to 9. Jackrabbits really want to be in that, obviously, top bracket. That's the one that has all the bragging rights.
The only one that can get you a trophy.
The only one that gets you a trophy, exactly. So we play at 10 today, as you obviously know. You're tuned in. And then again at 2. So Jack will step in.
Okay, that was strike 1.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 to Jack. Mike keeping me on task here.
There we go.
Jack tags that into the right field corner. It gets
That's good. That's 2 at least.
It's at least 2. Jack in safely at second and holding up there wisely.
What a shot. What a shot. Good play by the prospects to get that ball in.
Excellent hit. So we're really getting metal on the ball today so far. We had solid contact from just about everybody.
Yeah, I mean, there were a couple of squibbers right from Chris.
That is true.
And we did have 1 strikeout, but that was a solid. I will take the caboose of the lineup here, hitting the ball that hard.
Ball 1's outside and low.
So our starting second baseman here in the box. Aaron is kind of a utility player who kind of plays everywhere, wherever we need him. But next year, he probably will lock down the second base spot on the 14U team again, so he'll get to come back on 14U. And I can't.
High and inside for ball 2.
I can't tell you how much Aaron reminds me of me.
Really?
Second baseman, short, doesn't have the physical skills, but loves the game, understands the game, a lot of high baseball IQ. And I don't believe he can hit a curveball, just like me. But that's
It's a bouncer to second baseman who makes the play.
But another useful hit there to move the Jack to third. So that's the kind of stuff that, Aaron has that he brings to the table, thinking about where do I want to hit this ball. And that was high and away. He hits to the right side.
Does his job, moves the runner over.
Exactly. So a chance to double our score with Jack at third. Jack, a very aggressive runner. Let's see what happens. They did not hold Teddy or Isai on previously. They're not holding Jack on.
So Mason kind of flails at strike 1, which was going to be called a strike anyway.
Yeah.
I think that was a little outside.
Well, I think that was a curve. So I think it was supposed to break away, or maybe a slider. We'll see what.
That ball gets by catcher, but Jack wisely staying it. Second base, like Mike mentioned earlier, we have this whatever kind of backstop that brings it right back.
Yeah, like
catcher.
The plastic faux wood that people use on there. Composite, thank you. Peanut Gallery throwing out the right term. It's a composite, often used for decking. In this case, used for returning the ball to the catcher.
And again, another one sails over the catcher's head, but still Jack wisely staying put at third base.
That would have been really close if he'd come in, because it did hit the fence and drop down, but there just isn't much space. What is there, 15 feet maybe?
15 feet, yeah. I don't think you risk that one.
No, I mean, with only one out, you don't want to make your second out at home, right? So.
No, and like a couple tournaments ago, not a lot of room for the ball to get away.
Yeah,
coming right back.
Exactly.
Mason, first baseman beats him out to make play, but he does his job. He drives in Jack.
There we go.
Give Jack Rabbits a 2-0 lead.
So wow, that first inning or second inning looks like the first inning. It was a guy get on, get over, a couple of squibber hits, and get moved in. Exactly. So we like to see Jackrabbits playing. We don't traditionally play a lot of small ball or heads up ball like this. Usually it's, hit the ball hard. So
let's see if Jabril can get on base with a hit here. Not going to work that way, but swings it. That was what would have been ball one low, I believe.
Yeah, it was 59. I don't know if maybe that was a change-up there. Yeah, it was a change-up maybe to start the at-bat.
Oh, ball goes behind him for ball one. Evens count at 1.
Whatever that pitch is, it continues to get out of number 2's hands incorrectly. It seems the same.
Away from him.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a two-seamer fastball or what, but he's not.
Bro hits it up the middle, gets through, gets himself to first base. See if we get a little 2-run rally going on here.
Exactly. So what speaking of last inning, that's the second hit through that 5-5 hole. Teddy got one, now Jabril got one. Joe's up. Joe loves himself some fastballs, so let's see if we can get some fastballs out of here. Oh, that's right, they like to throw over a bunch. So Jabril is the heir apparent for first base. Well, I shouldn't say heir apparent. He's already starting first baseman. But in the 14U team next year, he's almost certainly going to be the starting first baseman there.
So who do you think will play first? Maybe Joe for the 16U?
I think Joe's possibility. We'll see. We're going to have 5-6 new kids. So let's see if somebody comes up. I know that both teams are lacking catchers. We've got Isaiah for 16U, but no
16U we have Isaiah and
and Esai. That's right. So it's a 14U team.
Yeah.
Right.
And actually, for the 16U team, there's only 3 new kids. We're almost all.
Really?
Yeah, 3 or 4. I can't remember.
I thought we were carrying. We're
carrying 12.
And we have 8.
And
right?
we have 8.
So
4 new kids.
Yeah. So first base could be an issue. That looked like that was a curve that didn't curve. At 52, it definitely left the hand all wrong there.
Joe commenting.
I don't know who he was talking to.
Yeah, I think Hunter.
Oh, I did. Yeah,
I'm not sure what he was telling him.
We just heard it. We didn't know where it was going to go. That's all we heard from Joe there.
Joe takes high for strike 2. He's going to count it 2.
Yeah, we got Deuces Wild here, 2-2-2.
Hunter asking for a choke up and a 2-strike approach. And that's strike 3.
Nice 58-mile-an-hour pitch there. It was an off-speed pitch, well executed by 2 there. Jackrabbits do pick up another run, though, and they're going to take a 2-0 lead to the bottom of the second. Let's see what our defense looks like, but I'll bet it's going to look very similar.
But my feeling today is, we would like to get a high seed.
Yep.
And get home field as much as we can going in the rounds tomorrow.
Yep.
And I think really behooves us to not give up runs. Because when you get down to it, that usually is the determining factor when you have a few teams tied.
Yep.
Runs against.
Yeah, I mean, 9 teams is likely to be at least 2 teams with a 2-0. So the first, obviously, seed decision point is what's your record. But with 9 teams, there's probably likely to be at least 2 teams with a 2-0 record.
That's right.
And then it goes to head-to-head. But of course, the 2-0 would obviously they didn't play each other because someone would have had to lose that game. Right. And then it goes to points against. So, which I like, by the way, because that means it puts a real emphasis on pitching and defense.
Yeah, runs against is usually the.
Yeah, and that's better than runs or than points for, which encourage you to run up the score. So runs against is, and that's kind of what did us in last weekend. We gave up an absolute ton of runs.
Yeah, we'll score a lot, but we're giving up a ton.
Correct. And so we
not
ended up
good.
sliding down. In fact, we got in by the skin of our teeth last week with the one team beating the other team by
That's
just
right.
one run. It was like 9-8, but it was enough runs to
right.
make a difference. So yeah, points against. It really comes down to our pitching and defense. Speaking of defense, let's look around. We've got Chris back on the mound.
Well, and we didn't make it to the championship round. Obviously, last week we ended up with the round robin tournament.
Yeah,
Changed a
that's
little.
right. That changed everything during and lost in the the semifinals again. Is that what it was? Or
Well, it wasn't. It was
It was
really we didn't
game-
make. They changed it up so it became a round robin with three games. Everybody played three games
inside
guaranteed.
Yeah, right.
And then only the top two teams made it to the championship.
That's right.
round,
That's right.
which we did not.
So for us,
And
we
in
should.
fact, we didn't even win that first game.
No, we got beat by Elite.
Yeah,
they beat us like a pinata. It was pretty bad. All right, so we'll have Chris on the mound, and we've got Isai behind the plate as expected. Joe will come in at first. Aaron still at second. Ricardo at short, doing some. I don't know. He looks like he's fixing his uniform. And Gianni in third. Teddy will be in left. Jack in center, and Emilio back in right. Emilio earned that right with that double play. So. First pitch from Chris will be on its way.
So interestingly, first play. So that's 0-1 count. So tomorrow, Mike. Wait.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll tell you in between innings.
I like that idea.
Okay. Ball one is low.
I like that though. I thought we were going to get a chase there.
That was not a bad pitch. That's a beautiful pitch. That just drops in at the last minute. Looked like it was going to be high. Drops in for a strike.
Yeah, it was 53 as well. So Chris, a 67-mile-an-hour fastball and a 53-mile-an-hour breaking ball. I kind of feel pity for the batters who got to face that.
That's that same pitch, but
There
a little
it
bit
is.
further outside.
Yep.
Gets him looking.
So 33 goes down on strikes, and Chris gets the first batter out. This is the Chris that we need.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, we've struggled with the Chris that we got versus the one that we need.
Right.
Now we got. This is excellent.
Chris right down the middle. Oh, and nice play to help himself get out too. Chris takes that on a short hop, snags it out of the air, and makes the play at first base.
All right, 2 up, 2 down. Generally, you wouldn't want your pitcher making that play, but Chris is also moonlight as our short and third baseman, so he
Why
knows what he's
wouldn't you
doing.
want to make it though? Because it was right in front of him. You wanted him to
Well,
back off and let your shortstop.
he was going
or
over.
third
It was going
baseman?
over the top of him, and he was bending backwards.
Okay.
And you don't want generally make a play on a ball that's going away from you.
Gotcha. Just catches the low outside corner for strike one.
Wow, number 10 is a very tall young man. He is taller than the ump, and maybe taller than anybody on our team.
And
That's
not
what-
taller than 99 on their team, so they have a couple of tall kids.
They go recruit at the top of the beanstalk, if you will.
So that one gets away a little bit high for ball one. Evens the count up at 1. Yeah, number 10 may be even taller though than 99. The tall kid.
Like I said, they're recruiting at the top of the beanstalk.
That ball's outside for ball 2. Low. Just catches the inside corner.
Wow.
Ish.
He 3 pitches all the way and then one
then he comes
inside.
inside.
I love it. 2-2 count now. Chris is in the driver's seat here. That
ball low for ball 3. Brings the count full.
So that was a 65-mile-an-hour fastball. He just missed his spot.
That was a fastball because it looked like it dropped.
Well, maybe, but he doesn't really throw anything that
Anything
hard.
And he gets him for strike 3 and out number 3. 1, 2, 3 for the Jackrabbits and Chris.
Chris had a very efficient
Beautiful inning.
22 pitches. 11
the whole
per,
game, right?
Yeah, 11 per inning.
Nice.
We will take it. So that was excellent pitching. That's this. Like I said, this is the Chris we need, not the Chris we've been getting.
In our first game last week, we were still in the middle of the first half of the first inning this far into the game.
That's true. I remember the inning and 2/3 that Teddy pitched, and it's dragged on roughly a century.
So about tomorrow, real quick.
Yes.
So tomorrow is the seed, the number 1 seed. So the first game at 8 a.m. is between the 4th and 5th place teams, and the top 5 teams make it into the
winners bracket.
Into the winners bracket.
Okay.
And so then the winner of that 8 a.m. game will play the number 1 seed at 10 a.m.
Okay.
While the 2nd and 3rd place teams will play at noon.
Interesting. And then the championship would play.
And the championship will be at 2.
Okay. Honestly.
And those games are not here. They're at the Brent Maines Field, which is somewhere.
Oh, that's where we were
over
last
in Ingle-
weekend.
Were we at Brent Maines last week?
Yeah, I think we were at Brett Baines last weekend.
I think you're right. Oh, you are right.
The Brett Maines?
Was it Brent Maines?
That's where I'm pretty sure that's.
So, this tournament favoring fields that have a drop off
In the outfield. That is how Kaba picks it. We're going to need a 7% decline between second base and the center field wall.
We're not going to see the outfielder's shoes again this
Yeah,
weekend.
we'll not. We'll not. It's not so bad to right. It's horrible to center and pretty bad to left as well.
That's right.
Yeah, it does look like the center field. Just the cap in the.
Center fielder
in the grass.
actually 6'1", but it appears he's about 5'2".
Yep. He gets shot.
So who do we got up here?
There's Emilio.
Emilio up, takes ball 1 high, maybe even behind him. Emilio.
He's gonna
did
say he
he
went.
swing? It's
Yeah,
just
he's gonna say he went.
swung.
Yeah, I heard him say he went. So Emilio is the.
I think he did go. It was close.
Yeah, Emilio is the caboose of the lineup, so we'll turn this thing over and have Ricardo in the on-deck circle.
Emilio again just goes, which would have been a strike anyway,
Yeah.
so he probably needed to swing at
Yeah,
that.
he's got it. This
1-1.
one. This is one where he's not trusting his own instincts on
That's
this.
right.
He just needs a swing.
And ball 2 is
High.
high.
Yeah, I mean, that number 2 here has a bunch of pitches to play with. He's trying to get
does.
that, whatever pitch that is that's not working for him, he's going back to it, try to see if he can make it work.
And Emilio pops that one up. It looks like it's going to get out of play.
Up
So
against the fence
count
here.
remains 2-2.
Yep. Emilio swinging the Cat X. So the Cat X is really the popular one in our dugout.
I think Isaiah has swung a Cat X for some time. Is that the cat? Is that the 10 or that's like?
We call it the
right?
yeah, but it's called the Cat X. So Emilio's going to strike out. Did not trust himself at all. Should have swung at 3 pitches that were strikes. Held back, didn't, and we'll go down with.
So the top of our order starting off with 1 out.
Ricardo got on last time with a base on balls. So I think
that one, strike 1.
yeah, that was a nice changeup.
That was
a nice
That's
changeup.
what he started the game with. He was dropping that in regularly.
Yeah. Now Ricardo is swinging that new Hype Fire. You can see it's the same colors, but a different color
Oh,
kind
you
of
were
format.
talking about the other team.
Yeah, the other team has the
So we
2020.
do have one.
Yeah, but this is the newer version. This is the one that has not attracted any controversy.
So they fixed the controversy.
Whatever this version is, it's a little different.
Ball 2 in the dirt.
So probably some changes to the metallurgy of the aluminum, because that would have been it was a giant PR disaster for Easton, but had it actually started getting banned, it would have been a giant financial disaster for them. And
Ricardo takes fouls off, strike 2. Evens the count at 2.
And
So is that a brand new bat for Ricardo?
It looks brand new, yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's a BB Core because he's going to high school. And at 16U, we're going to do it. Oh, it's Mason's bat.
Ah.
Oh, that's right. The blue one broke.
Oh, okay.
Ricardo sits on the curveball and
So
fouls
Mason
off. Good job.
wasting no time prying many hundreds of dollars out of his parents.
Well, I believe you warranted that, right? Did you warranty the blue one? No?
It was in the 1 year. They broke it like the 3rd month we had it, or 2nd month we had it.
Oh, wow.
Just cracked like.
Ricardo getting caught out on strikes.
Come on, Ted.
That was a tailing fastball, and if it caught the plate, it caught the
It
front
caught
edge.
a hair. Probably not his pitch to swing at.
No. So Teddy with a ground ball through the hole last time, the hole on the left side last time. There's that changeup. Starting the changeup every time for a strike. Yeah. Comes in and drops it in real nice. So our boys need to be ready for the changeup.
Ball high for ball 1. Counts even at 1.
Oh, that's the pitch that struck out Ricardo. So the ump's calling it. We got to learn to swing at it.
It's close.
Yeah, no, it's close enough. And honestly, a little extra padding on the plate keeps the game moving along nicely. So
Yeah.
I'm as long as he's fair to everybody.
So he's high and inside. Evens count back up at 2. So far, pitcher's either been just catching the outside corner or
Or
Over
not,
his head.
Yeah, not competitive pitches to Teddy here.
Teddy fouls that up and out of play.
So we're having a very similar at bat for Teddy as we had from Ricardo. So Teddy's going to be looking for that outside fastball again.
I think they need to be ready to hit that outside.
Yeah.
breaking
They
ball,
got to
right?
do something with it. They got to either foul it off or
It's a breaking ball, right?
I think it's a fastball.
You do. Okay.
Yeah. And that ball's going to definitely get out of play. Actually, back towards the playground back there. So nobody hurt, no harm, no foul.
No harm on the foul.
Yeah, there you go.
Teddy lays off of that one wisely.
So number 2 just slightly overthrew that.
That's right, because he's been calling that.
Yeah.
But it was just a little bit.
And number
little
2
bit low.
yanked the front shoulder, and thus it was a little lower.
So full count to Teddy. Teddy puts that one down to the third baseman who has the play, but I think Teddy might beat that out, and he does. Teddy legs that one out. Way to hustle up first base.
You can't teach speed.
You can't teach speed.
Yep. Very proud of my son there to leg that out on a very routine ground ball. Now the third baseman maybe
He was a little deep in the hole.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
The guy made a decent throw.
Yeah. Maybe the third baseman charges that a little bit, but I think, good backhand by the third baseman and
Yeah.
just good legs from Teddy.
Teddy
Now
just
Gianni's
beats it
gonna
out.
let's see if Gianni sees a changeup here. If they throw the changeup here, Teddy will be off. There's the fastball.
Teddy's going to get in there. The ball gets by him. He's going to go wisely to third base. And that puts Teddy on third, just 90 feet away. Or how many feet away in this league?
Yeah, 90. No, we play proper men's dimensions here. 60 feet 6 inches from the rubber to home, and 90 feet between the bases.
Gianni stepping back in with the 0-1 count. That one gets by, but not wisely. Teddy not moving. This is not the one to steal that base.
Yeah, there's. I think I really thought Teddy would come because he's getting a heck of a secondary.
But it's pretty wise that he didn't. 'Cause
Yeah.
That decking is going to make the play for him.
Exactly.
Gianni looks at ball 1 high. Which I think that's ball 2.
So there's definitely one pitch or one ball that this pitcher likes, and there must be a feel to it, or maybe even a little abrasions on it that makes it
He's
break.
trying to get it back.
Exactly. So it makes it break a little bit tougher, I think, because you're seeing some of these balls that are not breaking like they should, and I think he's looking for that specific baseball.
Really?
Yeah, and so that's actually
That's a keen observation, Mike.
that's exactly what happened here. That ball, while high, because he let go of it high, did break away, glove side away from Gianni.
This is why you're the color man. A brilliant split up of duties. Again, same thing, right?
Well, that one I think was a fastball, and number 2 was not feeling it, honestly. That sort of felt like a throwaway pitch, to be honest. He was like sort of done with that batter and wanted to start over fresh.
And he gets his wish to bring Chris up here.
Yep.
Watch the coach doesn't hear you with those instructions.
Well, you know what? Then he doesn't throw. Everybody's throwing a changeup for a strike, so
That's right. He'll take it.
I'll take him not throwing a strike
That's
on the
right.
first pitch. So the interesting question is, does Gianni run here with 2 outs? Catcher calling for some sort of infield trick play, or maybe not a trick play, but calling the infield play. Gianni goes on the first move, and they're going to throw.
He holds on to it.
Ooh! I got fooled. Maybe that's why you should be the play-by-play guy. I should go
There
back
you
to being the
go.
color play.
Ball in the dirt for ball 2.
So now, 2 runner. This is a chance where a single really would kind of open this game wide open.
That's right, because it scores 2.
Yeah, with
Single
2 outs,
scores 2.
everybody's running, and Chris could help himself in a big way here. Plus Gianni's fast.
Stop by the third baseman. Good play. End inning.
Nuts. Good. Yeah, and I think the third baseman was in on that, so that was fast reflexes. Chris did a good job getting a swing on it, but Jackrabbits don't plate any of that inning, and we'll go to the top of the third. Yeah. Hey, we go back here in the bottom of the second with a 2-0 lead for the Jackrabbits. Chris back on the mound, of course, because he's only thrown 22 pitches through 2. Esai behind the plate. Jabrell will bounce back into first, and that will put Joe at second. That's interesting. I don't know if we've seen Joe at second, although Joe plays second for his RBI team, his high school RBI team. So he'll get more innings here. Ricardo will still stay at short, and Gianni at third. Teddy in right, Jack in center, and a prospect standing between me and the left fielder. Left fielder's Mason. So We are 49 minutes into this game. It's moving along quite nicely.
Moving on quite nicely. So we're already at the top of the third, 49 minutes in. I had a question for you and I forgot it.
Oh, well, I've got some news you can use. Safeway.
strike one low,
Yeah.
right over the plate.
Speaking of strikes, Safeway just ended their strike. So
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Yesterday.
King Super they got yesterday. So it looks like the unions for the grocery workers are signing deals.
I actually went to Safeway because I eat a lot of like fake meat, like non, or organic vegetable stuff.
Oh, okay.
And I went to Safeway because they have a better selection than the one down in the spring. So I went to Safeway by my house. That's high over the batter's head for ball one, counts even at one. And I left because they were on strike. I didn't know.
Yeah, there you
I went
go.
over to King Supers.
So I just got the breaking news alert from Denver Post. So I know my wife has also been avoiding that to honor that. So now we can go back to shopping where we normally shop with King Super and Safeway sort of figured out. Plus there's the Trader Joe's, although I hate that parking lot.
There's not one really close enough to our house. Beautiful pitch.
Let me
That's
just
a strike two.
say your work truck could not park in there. They have these tiny little
It wouldn't
stripes,
fit.
and it's like 2 lanes. It's horrible.
Would the one up near you?
Yeah.
Occasionally, if we go to Trader Joe's, we have to go to the one on Bellevue and Orchard. I'm sorry, not Bellevue and Orchard. University and Orchard.
Oh.
Swing.
Swing.
Four flails at a high pitch there, so we'll take that.
Yep. Again, Chris starting the inning with the first guy out, which really, really helps your what's called your expected runs in an
If I'm
inning.
not mistaken, has there been a base runner for the prospects?
I need to check, but you're right.
I'm not sure that.
I mean,
has
this is
been.
certainly still the first time through their order.
There definitely hasn't been a hit, but I'm not sure there's been a base. Has there been a base
Has
runner?
he walked anybody?
I don't think so. I won't. Say,
If there was, it was just one.
yeah, I won't say anything more to not jinx anything. But
Yeah.
Chris in with strike one.
Yeah, there was because he picked him off at first.
Oh, that's right.
That's right. Yeah, we got the double play.
So that's strike two on it, swinging on that low outside pitch.
Chris trying to give that fastball as much juice as he can. It comes in at 65 like his normal fastball, but you can tell he's just over-shanking that one big time.
And bounced on the plate, maybe over the plate.
Yeah, maybe even the front of it.
Maybe
So
even the front of it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it missed it by a hair. So we got a one ball, 2 strike count. Right down the middle, and pops it up to
Ricardo.
Ricardo. Okay.
Normally that would be Jorge.
So Jorge.
Yeah, but
so
Ricardo.
Ricardo at short today takes that.
I think there's a high likelihood that Ricardo ends up playing short in high school, so it's good to get some extra innings there. So
Yeah, it's true. I
oh,
don't know if Jorge's tall enough to play in high school.
Jorge's going to run into a problem where he is so incredibly talented and so incredibly short.
Or he's going to grow.
Yeah, I mean I've seen his mom and
Ooh.
dad, so
So not likely.
I think he's got what he's got. The tent just blew up, so I'm gonna go put some tie downs on mine.
So 1 ball, no strikes to and that goes over his head. A great grab out of the air by Esai. Not that it mattered with no runners on, however.
No,
Is your camera in trouble? Or?
no, I just don't want this to blow away.
Oh, you're talking about this one. I thought you were talking about
Yeah.
down there.
No, I'm just trying to put get my tent. If you keep
Strike
calling,
1 catches the outside corner of the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike. 2.
that ball looked good, but I guess I'm not liking that high inside. we go. Another
So
strike.
that runs the count full. And number 22 swings and misses for out number 3. So Chris, again, a perfect inning.
Yeah, Chris is incredibly efficient.
How many pitches was that?
I was just going to go look here. I just got my tent
I
tied
got it.
down.
I
So
got
36.
36.
36 pitches. 3. So he did increase to 12
He
per
did.
inning, but I will take it. There was really no threat there. And actually, as it turns out, the prospects still have looks like 4 more kids at the bottom of their lineup. So Chris will have at least 1 more inning if coach puts him in there. Remember, we don't go by innings pitched. We
go by innings pitched, not count.
Correct. So even though number 2 on the mound is about to throw his 70th pitch of the game, and Chris has only thrown 36, on paper they both show 3.
They do. A tough call for coach, though, right? Whether to run him back out. I mean, hard to take him out when he's pitching like this.
I think you just have him go. We don't have enough of a lead, a 2-0 lead. I mean,
I agree.
We can give up 2 runs and a sneeze.
Yeah, that's right.
But we'll see what coach wants to do. He's got to think about the second game today as well as potentially 2 games tomorrow. Yeah.
Well, and the way Chris is pitching, though, he's pitching like a Sunday pitcher again right now.
He is. Oh, I need to take water to my kid. I'm going to mute myself, but you're live still.
Okay. So Isai will be leading us off today with Jack and Aaron on deck. Well, Jack on deck and Aaron in the hole. Isai, having struck out his first swing, is kind of not a full extension on that for strike 1. But it was a good pitch for him to swing at. Isai takes ball 1 high and a little bit outside. Isai puts that to the second baseman, who will make the play. Good hustle down the line for Isai. And that'll be out number 1, and that'll bring Jack up. And I would say so far today we have a pitcher's duel. Jack takes ball 1 in the dirt in front of the plate. I was saying, you know what we have today? We have a pitcher's duel.
That we do, actually. That's a good point.
Because we have both pitchers
really in control of the game.
Pretty well, yeah.
Jack had a monster double last time he was up, and accordingly, the right fielder's playing close to the line, so he remembers him.
Yeah, he had that double over his head down to the fence.
Yep.
And
number 2 throws that one
Jack
outside.
takes ball 2 from number 2. Ball 3, sorry.
Yep. So as I was walking to take water to my son, he was walking out the dugout to get water. So,
was he?
Yeah.
Good timing.
So apparently we're in cahoots. Oh, that hit him on the toe.
Ouch.
Oh, hit him on the toe. He's going to hate that.
I think he's going to, 1, hate that it hurt his toe, and 2, hate that he can't put another double over the right fielder's head.
Man, yeah, exactly. So 62 mile an hour pitch off the toe it's going to hurt. There's no question about it. Imagine stubbing your toe kind of a deal. That's the same feel he's got right now.
So the Jackrabbits with the leadoff runner for, I think, the 4th straight inning.
Yep.
On base.
So Jackrabbits got the dual hot pink gloves, 1 oven mitt, 1 batting glove. And Aaron will step in.
And at only 10:59, we could potentially flirt with the finishing 7 innings today.
Whoa.
I don't know.
Yeah.
This is not a thing to jinx, but we haven't had a lot of those. So Aaron takes ball 1.
So at 77 pitches, you got to assume the number 2 is tiring a little
You
bit out
got
there.
it, yeah. Uh-oh, and they might have Jack in a rundown, and they get him.
Jack runs out of the base paths. He's out. So solid pickoff move there by number 2, and he empties the bases. That's a real bummer. Jack had to be.
That is a bummer.
He's got to be doing better than that.
He does. He just got caught off guard. He wasn't even trying to go.
He wasn't.
And that ball gets away from the catcher on the outside for ball 1.
Mason in the on deck circle picks that up, and look, we go with that same. Give me that same ball. He really loves
Outside
that
ball,
ball.
too.
He really loves that baseball.
That's very observant, Mike.
There's a video that kicks around TikTok and Instagram every now and again of this pitch from Greg Maddux, and the thing starts outside and then zips back across the plate
Yeah.
towards the right-handed batter.
Yeah.
And people asked, it's the most amazing pitch ever because it shouldn't do that anyway. People ask Greg about it. He's like, well, the ball had a proper tear in it.
Oh my God.
And,
Aaron will be taken here on ball 3, and he does, and it drops in for a strike. 3-1 count. And what?
Oh, and so he wanted that ball back, and he was worried that the guy was going to foul it off or whatever. And so as soon as he got it, he was like, this is the pitch I'm throwing. He knew it could make it break because of the tear. And,
Wow.
And he ends up getting this first pitch strike, and and everybody's stunned. But it's really an amazing. It was from the there was a Greg Maddux documentary that went through how he was such a good pitcher.
He might have been my favorite non-Philly pitcher of all time. I love Greg Maddux.
Yeah, no, he was amazing.
And I hate the Braves, so that means I really like him. Aaron takes
you
ball
have a Bravo file over your shoulder, so we got to be careful.
Oh, I'll forgive you. I still like you because you're Teddy's grandpa.
Come on, Mason, be smart.
So
You got a diehard Phillies fan growing up in Philly here.
yeah. So back-to-back walks. So obviously number 2 is here laboring. He's well over 80
Braves
pitches
only
now.
won 15 straight National League East titles, of which they only won one World Series. But
Yeah, there was definitely a postseason problem. They were built for the regular season, not the postseason, right? So Aaron was about a step and a half off. He's thrown back. He's not going to get picked off over there. And that ball is going to land among the Blackbirds, who are warming up for the next game. So we should have runners on first and second, but and we have one down because Jack got picked off. So
why runners? Oh, gotcha. Yes.
oh, he was going from the windup. We had a free base there if he had stepped and gone home. But it comes from the stretch now.
That ball's high
Better watch him.
for ball 1.
Drive it.
What the prospects don't know is that there's no chance that Aaron is going here.
That's right.
But they're still giving
He
him
will not be
they're still
inside.
giving him all the respect base runner deserves.
Ball 2 outside. Jack gets back.
That's Aaron.
Right, Aaron, I mean, gets
Jack
back.
didn't get back. That was the problem.
I meant yes.
Aaron with the Bruce Bolts batting gloves too, very fancy. They look like Miami Vice.
Up.
Mason fouls that back right in front of us. Did it come in here?
It did.
Yes.
It hit. Oh, you got it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we hit the broadcast booth
Wow.
here. I guess.
All right, that evens the count at 2 for Mason.
I take them.
Mason takes ball 3 in the dirt for a full count.
Yeah, this been broken forever.
Yeah, that bugs me every week when I look at it.
I don't even know why. I don't know if I could just screw it in, make it tighter. I don't know what's going on, but something. Anyway.
We can put a
Let's play some
different screw in a bolt. That takes Mason, gets Mason to first.
So
Draws a walk.
3 straight walks for the Jackrabbits. We did get the one erased, but first and second now. Jabrell will step in.
Come on, Jarrell. Drive it.
And now we get down towards the bottom of our order. We'll have our 9, 10, and 11 hitters up here.
Is that what it is? 9,
Jabril, yes.
9, 10, 11?
Yeah, with Isaiah and Jorge out. That one goes out. Oh, he can go. Even though he hesitates. Made that a little bit closer than it needed to be, but he's in safe.
Oh, and the guy threw the wrong base.
No, he didn't. He threw the third.
No, he threw the third.
Hit the guy at second.
Oh, gotcha.
I see. That didn't get the trail runner, threw to the lead runner. So, Jackrabbits benefit from a couple of bad tosses there, but it will allow the pitcher to go from the windup now.
They'll score 2 if you can do that. Takes strike 1 a little bit.
It's that
I
changeup.
guess it's there, yeah.
It's the changeup every time.
It's a good pitch.
It is a good pitch. I don't know why they don't have him throw it more.
I know.
Or maybe they
going
do.
To that ball that's high, and maybe he just gets away from him, and he is playing it.
Hurry up! Hurry up!
And they do make the play to end the inning.
The runner does not score because there's a force at first, and the force play is made. So Jackrabbits, although they threaten, don't plate another run, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's
Top of the fourth.
Or sorry, top of the. No, we're the top, right?
Oh yeah, we go.
We go to
You're
the
right.
bottom.
You're right. We go to the bottom of the fourth.
And it's a
What
2-0
you
lead.
said.
Yeah, 2-0 lead for the Jackrabbits. I will say the Jackrabbits are doing a good job of hitting the ball. I mean, we really had that slump last couple of tournaments.
They're making contact.
Yeah,
today.
I think we're seeing good contact.
All through that, right down through the order, actually.
Yeah, actually, it's true.
Or they're having quality at bats. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, we're definitely seeing some quality at bats as well. So, and then Chris pitching like we need is really, that's the difference of the game right now.
And speaking of Chris, he's coming back for the 4th inning here.
I like this move. I really
do
like
too.
this move. I know you only get 7 in a tournament.
I would take, if you can have him stay and work the game and keep him the goose egg
Yeah.
or close, you know, because we, not just the win, we really do need the runs against
Yeah.
low. So I mean, I think you get yourself in a good position for tomorrow and worry about pitching tomorrow.
Yeah. I think a win helps you secure one of those top 5 seeds immediately, right? So
I guess that's true.
So that's also the value here. Just get the
Does
win.
it? Will that pretty
I
much
mean, I
guarantee
think
you're in
there'll
that
be
top
there'll be
5?
some 1-1
Yeah.
teams that are 6 and 7
Yeah.
maybe.
But it's a good start.
But if you get a win and give up very few runs against, you're going to be near the top.
More
Even if you go
important,
1-1.
if you can win both games today with low runs against,
Yeah.
then you're going to be one of the top 3 seeds.
Yeah.
Right. Even
Yep.
if there's a 3-way tie at,
Yep.
at 0-2, at 2 and 2.
At 2-0, yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, an overthrow
Which
at
also
first,
would mean we don't have to be at the ballpark any earlier than 10
which would be nice.
or 9.
9, which means we leave at 8:15 at our house.
Right.
There was an overthrow at first, and it just hit. Jack was just standing up against the fence. He's not in this inning, and just went off his thigh. Poor guy. He's got hit by a pitch on the toe, and then he just took an errant throw from one of his teammates off the thigh. So he's over there like a little pincushion today. All right, we'll have Isai stepping in. We'll have balls in and a throwdown coming. We continue to have this very effective battery of Isai and Chris on the bump, the little mini bump. Jabrell will be at first this inning. Looks like Aaron back out at second, Ricardo at short, and Gianni at third. In left, I've got Mason. In center, I've got Joe, and in right, I've got Emilio. And Chris's warm-up tosses were not very impressive. So
No, they weren't.
Hopefully, whatever good spirits he's had, he will not.
And what do you think? Do you think we'll have Jack?
Yeah, Jack's
if
become
Chris
our.
comes out?
Yeah, Jack's become our reliever lately, so our closer almost.
Yeah.
So I think you'd see that.
Go, Chris.
Number 11 steps in. He is second to last in the order, so Chris will have an opportunity here to get a couple outs, hopefully.
Before he gets back to the top of the order.
Exactly.
Hey, Chris coming right with that fastball right down the middle.
Yeah. So whatever
Strike one.
was happening in warm-ups, just
He did not continue.
no. Chris
Maybe he
did-
just didn't want to tip his pitches at all.
maybe yeah. He may have been working on a specific pitch. Actually,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
right.
The fastball is clearly locating that.
And that ball gets away a little bit high. Now you think he just didn't get the break on that?
Yeah, it didn't snap out of his hand like it should. He throws a pretty effective slider, but to do that, you got to throw a really strong karate chop kind of motion coming out of the hand.
A great stop in the dirt for ball 2.
And if you delay the karate chop, it just doesn't get the spin. You got to get the rotation on the seams to get the bite in the air. I would absolutely love to see some of our boys who can throw good breaking balls like Teddy and Chris at sea level
Yeah.
versus up here,
yeah,
5,400 feet.
Some thick air.
Yeah. Now I have zero interest in a hot and muggy game, so I do appreciate the dry heat. But
3 balls and 1 strike to number 11 here. And he gets that.
he's been getting that all day.
Count full, he has
Yeah.
been getting that all day.
I mean, that's the one that got Ricardo out. I think somebody else had to foul it off.
Ump's been calling that all
Yeah,
day
that's
for
fine.
both sides.
That's fine.
Yep.
Like I said, a
And it
plate,
is catching the outside corner.
a plate with a little bit of cushion just keeps the game moving. Oh, he's going to walk that
He's
one.
going to walk him. So the prospects with their number, how many are they batting today?
I believe this is going to be, let me just pull it back up again. I think this is number 13, but let me check.
Okay,
1,
so their 12-hole
6,
hitter
7,
walks.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Sorry, that was the 11 hole. Number 11 is batting in the 11 hole, and number 7 here is batting in the 12 hole.
So
and
we still have 13. So
no, that'll flip it over. There's
That'll
they're,
flip
they're
it.
only batting 11 today, or 12 today.
okay. So we miss the opportunity to get 2 outs before we turn the order, and that's inside for ball 1.
Everybody who's not facing a 65-mile-an-hour fastball just yelled, "Wear it."
With his chin, he would
Yeah.
have been wearing that.
Yeah, that was, you got to get out of the way. That was a good move by
Yeah.
7 there. And how easy it is to say "wear it" when you're not facing that fastball.
It's not your face.
Yeah.
Your chin. Oh, nice pitch and swings for strike 1. Evens the count at 1-1.
That was a 62-mile-an-hour pitch. It looked like Chris took a little off that
It did.
because I think that was definitely a fastball. Runner at first doing a lot of dancing.
Oh, nice pitch right down the middle. Strike 2.
63.
What we need is a strikeout caught steal.
I'd like that. Our middle up, or our duo up the middle are not a traditional one, so I don't know how much faith I have in
Yeah,
a double
that's a
play
good
on a
point.
ground ball. So just want to shout out, you can't really see it, but Emilio is in right field, and he's covering his normal position. But after every throw, he's running, kind of a jog, not a sprint, but a jog, towards the first base line in case there's a back pick throw. So just kind of a heads-up play that he's doing to stay involved in the game, but also to help his team out. 7 stays alive, swings with that fastball high. Or a high fastball. It wasn't,
Keeps the count even at 2.
yeah,
High fastball.
it was a high fastball, yeah. That was probably a strike, so he did the right thing.
I think so.
Someone's phone fell over here.
Ooh, the other streaming phone just bit the dust on that foul ball.
Foul ball down the right field line.
Man,
Glad that was out of bounds. Oh, that was foul.
Yeah. No, I'm right here.
All right, so it's counts 2-2. We got a runner on first and no outs.
And Chris
For
is tying
the
his shoe.
number 11 hitter, and Chris is tying his shoe. While number 7 dances around.
This umpiring crew is solid, man.
They
These
are
guys
solid.
they are on top of the game. They call a good
Consistent
game.
strike zone.
Exactly. They communicate with the players. I really like them.
Oh, sits him down with a
Breaking ball.
high
there.
breaking ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful pitch.
That was a really nice pitch. So that'll flip the lineup over. This will be the second time through and a chance for the prospects to see Chris a second time.
Just when I think Chris is kind of maybe losing a little bit, he comes right back with that.
Breaks off
Solid
that
breaking ball.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hey, fast, Joe, on your toes.
Swings at strike one, and that's going to get through. Move the runners up. Oh, they almost gets him, but it gets away. Probably ill-advised throw to first base. And he's going to get him a third.
Let it go. Way ahead top.
So defense helping out the defense.
Yeah. So, wow. A little bit of an aggressive throw from Emilio, although I did hear from the dugout yelling 1-1-1. The ball gets away.
You did? From the coaches?
Yeah.
Because I was questioning whether he should have been going to first there. But
Well, we will take the first out of the inning on a 9-2-5 putout.
to get the leadoff runner.
Yeah.
Ball outside to their number 2 hole hitter here.
Yeah, and applause to number 19 out there at first base. He's 2 for 2 today with 2 singles. So he's having a day for
He's
himself.
one thorn in Chris's side so far.
Exactly.
And that ball's outside for ball 2.
So now we're over 50 pitches for Chris, and we'll see how much there's left in the tank.
He's got 2 outs here. See if he can get.
He's only got 1 out.
Oh, then game changer erroneously telling me that, or not game changer.
Oh no, there are 2 outs.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, we struck a guy out.
That's
and then
right.
We got
That's
the guy.
right.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
struck him out.
Yeah, I forgot.
Okay. Good block by Isai. That'll bring the count to 3-0. If the prospects are anything like the Jackrabbits, he'll be taken here.
Yep. Let's see if they are. Interesting kind of look into the culture of the team.
Yeah. He has the green light, swings on strike 1. It was over the plate.
Yep. There's really no harm, no foul there because that was going to be a call to strike anyway.
There isn't,
But-
although he would be sitting for the rest of the tournament if he was wearing a Jackrabbit.
Exactly.
uniform.
Well, what you don't want is a kid super excited and chasing a ball that's out of the zone.
Right. Oh, he catches not a bad pitch.
Yep. That was
Oh,
yeah,
that
a little
was
low.
ball 4.
Yeah, that was a little low.
I thought he had caught it though. He's a hesitate.
Well, he
ball,
didn't
yeah.
he didn't direct towards first, so I assumed it was a
Yeah.
strike as well. But we're going to end up with first and second here, and they're
That's a good at bat there by the
Yeah.
prospect. And we got a lefty up here. Their 3-hole hitter. Number 78 steps into the box.
Lefty, keep up room.
I believe he got a hit last time up as well. That's what led to the double play, right?
That's right. You're right. Yes. And oh! Throw it in.
Throw that ball, kid.
So Mason
Face.
fielded that ball but didn't throw it in. That's disappointing because I don't know if you have him
I don't know
there.
if he had a play, but you got to get the ball in.
Well, if Mason didn't feel comfortable with the grip and you don't want him to throw it away.
That's true. That's true. So we got sacks full of prospects here for a big, tall number 99
Yeah.
who struck out last time.
He is the 4-hole hitter, so quite literally this is why you draw it up. You want him up here with the bases loaded.
That's right.
So this is a chance for Chris to gut it out. Isai with an amazing scoop there.
Great stop.
You know,
Ball 1.
I did not appreciate Isai's skills until we started playing with the RBI league through Teddy's high school, and just how few other catchers
Can block
can
consistently
block like he
that,
does.
yeah.
He just absolutely just puts his body in the way of every pitch.
He does. Beautiful pitch.
Well, Chris not at the gas yet. That
Even
was
to count
65.
at 1-1. No, that was a nice pitch. Well, and that's what I was talking to Isaiah yesterday about. All of his intangibles, other than blocking, are pretty good behind the plate, and that's really what he has to work on.
Oh, there we go.
And that's what sets Isai apart. You
Yep.
can count on him to stop 9 out of 10 of those.
Of those pitches in the
Questionable
dirt.
pitches in the
Exactly.
dirt, yeah.
So Chris went 65 fastball and then a 56 looked like a change.
So we got 1 ball and 2 strikes here. Chris ahead. And number 99 fouls that off.
Good job by 99 because
That was really good.
that is the strike zone
Yep.
today. So as we mentioned, a real pitcher's duel today. So Chris in
Let's hope
control.
it stays that way.
Yeah, yeah. Chris in control, though. With 1 ball, 2 strikes, he can do what he wants.
That's right.
I'd love to see him throw maybe another breaking pitch here.
Pops it up. It hits the tree.
Yeah, there are 2 big pine trees behind us, and it pings around like the old Plinko game from not Wheel of Fortune. What was that? Price is Right.
I clearly didn't watch as much TV as
Well-
because I did not know. All right. Okay, count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. And he fouls it off again. Number 99 really won a nice at bat for himself.
Yeah.
And Chris battling as well. So
Yep.
the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Go, Chris, right here.
So Chris has thrown him a couple of different looks here. I'm really unsure what you throw him. It's tricky because the longer he's up there, the more pitches he's seen. But that last one was a fastball inside. So let's see if they go outside again.
That one goes outside to even the count at 2. Good, another good stop by Esai.
Yeah. And Chris tapped his chest there like it's my bad. Yeah. Because he knows he didn't execute on that one. That wasn't really that competitive.
And he gets him.
67.
Chris wins the battle with lots of gas.
Wow.
Probably his fastest pitch of the day.
It is by far his fastest pitch of the day. If that's his final pitch of the day, I will take it. 64 through 4. So that's going to give him something like 16 pitches an inning. And I will take that.
Beautiful effort. If that's Chris's last inning, or whether
That's
it's
true.
Chris's last inning or not,
That's true.
a great day from Chris. Everything we can
Yeah,
ask for.
this is one of those where Chris needs to go back and watch it with Grandma and say, Grandma, you can trade.
24 minutes to go.
This will be the last inning. Then we're the top.
This will be the last.
I think it's
probably
unlikely.
be the last.
Yeah,
I don't know. These innings have been going fast, Mike.
they have, but
So,
I
we'll see.
don't see us. Yeah, I don't see us. You got to get 6 outs. Who we got up, I think we're going with kind of middle to bottom of the order, right? So, yeah, I think Esai, Jack, and Aaron. These are all guys that have been putting the bat on the ball. Mason, Jabrell,
Their starting pitcher's back out there, right?
Wow. Yes, he is.
What's he in?
He's-
the 80s?
He actually might be closer to 90 pitches on a day. So
Wow.
he's
But you know what? He's still got.
He's still throwing hard, yeah.
Still throwing hard.
he's still throwing hard. Yeah, I need Game Changer to flip over to know how many, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to get above 100 pitches here with this inning. What's Jabrell looking for? Oh, Jabrell's just bringing over. Again, a huge shout out to Garrett, who continues to run the scoreboard as you see it on the YouTube. Could not do this without him. Super appreciative. Every day, just walks up to me, asks for the iPad, and then goes about his business, crushing it. So the broadcast is a team effort here.
We need Game Changer to catch up so we can say how many pitches.
I know. So it's going to be Joe, Aaron, and Mason. And my bad, I was off by a little bit.
Chris ended that last inning with 63 pitches.
63. Okay.
Oh no,
It should be 64
yeah.
for the final strike. Yeah. So yeah, you end up with 16 pitches an inning. That's great. And they start.
Ball 1 low.
Yeah, that was the changeup again. They starting everybody with that changeup, but
That's a good pitch because
yeah, he gets strikes on
not
most of the
easy
time.
to lay off of that. And for strike 1, evens count at 1.
A lot of suggestions. Joe just needs to kind of trust his hands here and just be swinging.
Oh. Joe swings at strike 2.
So that is pitch 93 for this gentleman, for number 2.
93 did it finally. catch
Yeah.
up? Wow.
And pitch
He
90.
gets 94 strikes out
Yeah.
Joe.
And that was 63 miles an hour, so plenty of juice
left
on that
on
one.
his
Yeah.
arm. So Emilio will come up here.
If you remember Emilio's last at bat, he really struggled to trust himself. A lot of half swings and held the swing. He just needs to throw the bat at the ball and make contact here.
Ball outside in the dirt. Gets stopped by the catcher. One and out. Oh, that hits him.
62, Emilio. When you want to know why that bruise is so big, that was because it was 62 right between the numbers.
Ouch.
So second hit by pitch for the Jackrabbits today. That one probably is going to have a longer shelf life.
Longer shelf life. He's gonna be remembering that for a little bit.
Yep.
That brings up the top of our order. Ricardo in here with one out. Man on first. Emilio on first. And Teddy will be
In the on-deck
in
circle.
the on-deck circle.
And this is what we need. We need a couple of base runners to kind of stretch the time out,
We do.
I think.
Yeah, because if he turns that quick and we keep getting our pitching, then we're looking at another inning.
Exactly. That's the issue. So we got 20 minutes left. We probably need another good 10 minutes here for us to really ensure that we don't go beyond the fifth inning here. Between games.
Ball in the dirt. Nice stop by the catcher. He's going to have a play at second. He called him out. He got him.
Emilio goes to the headphones. We don't get a. There's no.
Asks for the replay from the booth.
Yeah.
The non-existent booth.
Yeah. That was funny. It went right to his ear flaps. Went right to his. So that's a huge base running mistake by the Jackrabbits.
Yes, and a huge out for the prospects.
Yep.
Kind of changes the complexion of the game if he can get him out here, because then they have a good chance to turn
Yeah.
over
Well, we don't want
another
them to have a 20-minute inning. If they have a 20-minute inning, that's not good. That signals bad things for us.
inning.
So I've lost track of the count. Where are we at? 2-1.
It's 2 balls, no strikes.
2 balls, no strikes. Gotcha.
You lost track of the count because I wasn't calling it. I guess that was 3 balls and no strikes, and he walks him.
Yeah. No one's objecting to that. So there you go. That actually is the 100th pitch of the day for number.
And I wonder if that'll
2.
be it for number 2.
He pitched a
One
hell
would
of a.
hope. That's all. He pitched a great game, but then a lot of pitches.
Yep. So it does not look as though he's grabbing the ball. Pitcher still has the ball in his glove.
Yeah.
He's trying to talk coach into staying, I think. A lot of gestures out there.
That kid's got some
Chutzpah.
chutzpah.
Oh, he's unable. Catcher.
Doesn't win the argument.
Yeah, I think coach had him in his mind anyway, but he gave him a chance. So looks like the left fielder will be brought in.
He gets a hug from his catcher and a wonderful pitching performance.
Great job, too. All right, so we're going to go on mute real quick while the new pitcher warms up. Teddy will be up to bat with 2 outs, and we'll have Gianni in the on-deck circle. This new batting order is messing me up.
Yeah. Did you mute? Or no?
All right, I'm going to mute. All right.
So Teddy steps into the box here.
New pitcher on the mound who we saw warming up, throwing mostly fastballs, which makes sense.
Teddy puts that over his head
To
to the wall.
To the wall, baby.
Ricardo better run.
That's what we needed.
Ricardo
Down.
with a play at home, and he gets in there, and Teddy takes third. All right. Good job, Ricardo.
That's what we needed. Whose kid is
So a little insurance here for the Jackrabbits.
That's my kiddo right there staying at third. What a nice stroke.
Beautiful hit. That's about as good a hit as I've seen out of Teddy in weeks.
I know.
Over the center fielder's head.
You know, we've had two triples in 2 weekends after no triples all season. It was very much bothering him because he was leading the team in doubles. He's like, I can't get to third. And even, I can't remember, I think it was even somebody that he thinks he should have more triples that had more triples. So no longer the case, and that's a 3-0 lead now for the Jackrabbits. Big one.
Wisely not naming names there, Mike.
Yeah, actually, in my defense, I don't remember. But I will say it was someone lower in the order, I think. That,
Gianni fouling off the first pitch there for strike one.
now, Gianni is really going to love a fastball here.
Come on, Johnny.
Takes that inside for ball one. He wants to count at one.
I can't be the only one who thought he was going to just take that off the hip.
I did too. He didn't budge, it just didn't catch him. That ball's in the dirt. Teddy, everybody else stay wisely, or Teddy will stay wisely.
Yep.
And because it bats straight back to the catcher, and that's ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike to Gianni. Teddy on third.
With 2 down, so Gianni's got to
Two
reach first safely for Teddy to count.
And that's going to be a pretty easy play for the first baseman who's going to handle that himself to end the inning. But not before the Jackrabbits pick up an insurance run to make it 3-0 with about 13 minutes to go.
Yep. And I saw Jack warming up between innings here, so likely he will take the mound as our closer.
So this is really interesting. So, you want to get him out.
But not too fast.
But not too fast. But I don't really think you can think like that. You got to just go for him.
No, you definitely don't want to have Jack out there playing mind games and trying to figure out if he's going to throw a fastball or throw a strike or throw a ball.
And you don't want him to end up with the bases loaded.
Correct.
And, even with time expired, you'd rather just have a good inning.
Yep. I agree. And we're not in a bad place either. Should we have to come out for a 6th inning, we've got we just got through Gianni, so we got a bunch of bats.
We got a bunch of bats coming up, and probably can easily get 2 innings out of Jack.
Yeah. Did just hear a prospect's voice from their dugout saying, "This is the last inning. Let's go." So they're acting like it's a do or die situation for them. Now we will be back, ladies and gentlemen.
I just needed to move my wagon.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when we go live. We'll be playing the Colorado Springs, what are they? Blackbirds, I believe.
Blackbirds? Have we
Yeah.
not? I don't think
We have
faced
not
them,
seen
have
them
we?
before.
This is the first time we faced these guys too, right?
Yes. So this is just a straight 14U tournament. There isn't AA, AAA, bronze, silver, gold kind of stuff.
And these guys are good. These guys have really done well by themselves.
I think the prospects, yeah. They've
pitching at least,
Yeah.
fantastic pitching.
They just haven't gotten the timely hit when they needed it, and
That's right.
they I think struggle to get on base. You can't win if you don't get on base. So
Chris pitched a fabulous game too.
I was just going to say,
He had all his stuff working.
I think Chris was not only had his 3 pitches working, but he was locating it right.
He really was.
Fastball inside, fastball
right.
outside. So pretty happy with that. During our 2-hour break, we'll be sitting in the shade here at the ballpark. But, I've got to break down all our stuff. But
I'll help you break down. And then
appreciate that.
Mike, let's see if I can coerce
coerce
my
him to
son
come
to-
back.
I don't know. He might. Just
If he
still be
can't
feeling
run
crappy.
without coughing, don't bring him.
Okay.
Well, 2 reasons. One is I don't want anybody getting sick on
No,
our team.
I don't think he's contagious at this point. This has
Okay.
been lingering for like 2 weeks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean we can't.
I haven't gotten it, and I've been all.
You've been all around him.
Yeah.
We certainly can't have the Jackrabbits getting sick for the Jackrabbits Invitational, right?
No.
So,
Yeah, that I don't think is an issue, but if we'll just say
Isaiah, if you're listening, if you're tuning in,
he's not.
oh, bummer. Well, we're coming to get you. Why did I just get a push notification for this game from Game Changer? That's funny. Yep, I'm aware of Game Changer. I'm aware this game is happening.
You might even be calling the plays.
I might even be, yeah, exactly. So Jack will be on the bump as we expected as our closer. And we got 9 minutes left. Esai will be behind the plate as his battery mate. Jabrell at first. Ricardo at second. Chris coming off the mound will move to short. And Gianni at third. In left, I got Mason in center. Who is in center? I can't tell. Joe. And then Emilio in right.
Jack comes with a strike down the middle for foul ball for ball one. I mean strike one. I caught myself before you could correct me.
I was going to have to explain the basics of baseball to you. And that first pitch from Jack was at 63 miles an hour, so plenty of heat from him today.
And that's right to our second baseman who bobbles it and might still make the play, and he does. Got him.
Oh, that was too close. Oh, that was too close.
It was too close, but he gets him. So a good recovery by, is that Ricardo at second base?
Ricardo at second, yeah. So he got moved over because Chris moved to short.
Right.
Off the mound. So, man, I got like adrenaline after the play now. I thought that was a routine ground ball, and then suddenly,
okay. So we've got
that was
8 minutes.
That was 2 pitches, 1 out, and it only took a minute.
Beautiful strike one.
65-mile-an-hour tailing fastball there. Had some glove side run, so it's going to break or going to run in towards the right-handed batter out of Jack's left hand.
Bounces it for ball one. 1-0 the count to tall number somebody.
Yeah, I didn't see his number when he came up here. Let me see if I can. Oh, this is number 2. This is their pitcher.
Oh.
Yeah. So yes,
the current pitcher.
The starting pitcher,
right?
Who threw what was
100
it?
pitches.
100 pitches, yeah. 5 and
2 balls,
5
1
and 2/3.
strike to number 2. With 1 out, nobody on. And that's goes right, drops right in front of our center fielder, in front of Joe. Joe gets it back in quickly, and a nice single for number 2.
Yep, that was a great stroke right back up the middle.
Very nice hit.
Big tall number 10 will step in, so they go from tall to taller.
Tall to taller.
So he's smack dab in the middle of their plate, in the middle of their lineup. Excuse me. Let's see if Jack picks off at first.
Foul ball for strike 1.
And Jack didn't do his delay there like he usually does to see if the runner's going. So
To check it first.
yeah. So he must have felt pretty confident that number 2 was going nowhere.
And
Jabrell and Jack have to be talking
purpose
here.
or not, he was right.
Yeah. Jabrell and Jack have to be talking
They
here.
do.
Emilio's
Leave
got
that throw to chance.
exactly. Emilio's got to be sprinting.
Beautiful dropping fastball, right?
I don't know. It's 58, so I don't know what that pitch is. Remind me between the games
It
ago.
dropped
asking.
out. It was a beautiful.
Yeah, that could have been a change. That could have been a
thing.
change.
Yeah.
Well,
Not a fastball.
Changes drop. You know, it
Yeah.
was 7 miles an hour slower than his
Yeah.
fastball.
Yeah. And that's a foul ball down the right field line.
I wish I'd caught that.
2 count.
Sorry, Coach, I didn't get that on the camera, but there's a coach down there protecting. Yeah, protecting the pitcher who's warming up, and he did a phenomenal job. Really, why he's down there.
Let's hope they don't need that pitcher. Oh, gets by the diving Gianni. And gets by. Come on, guys. So that brings up number 4 with a man on first and second and 1 out.
So now the tying run is stepping into the batter's box. And solid strokes really by every prospect this inning. The Jackrabbits are going to earn this victory defensively, I think.
Nice pitch, Jack. Swings at it as it catches the outside corner, or outside middle.
Yeah, that was well placed from Jack.
So no balls, 1 strike.
Huge hole on the right side because Jabrell and Ricardo are holding the runners on.
Oh, yeah.
That one pops the glove at 58. I feel like that was faster.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Man on first, man on second, 1 out. And that ball is outside. Good stop by Isai for ball 1.
So Ricardo is leaving a little early and sprinting to fill that
Sprinting back
hole.
to make
yeah.
yeah.
And Jabrell is no longer holding the runner at first. So he's not way off the line, but
Probably not a real reason. They're not going to do a coordinated double steal, so it's probably makes sense to be playing defense. Great pitch from Jack, and he gets him for strike number 2, or out number 2.
Yep. So that was.
So there's 3 minutes left of playing time in this ball game.
Yep. And then we're going to have a timeout from Coach to come have a conversation with his defense about what we're doing here, because we got to be smart.
I think he also hopefully is aware of how much time we have.
I
left
imagine
in this
he
ball
is.
game.
This is not Coach's first rodeo by any means. So, umpire checking the time on his clock here. So number 8 will step in. He is, let me go check real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He is the 9-hole hitter. So that will be, Jack will be facing a hitter who is 0 for 1 today. And unfortunately, with runners at first and second, there's no place to put them, right? Mm-hmm. So you gotta come after him here.
Well, this is their what hitter is this in their
9-hole hitter.
Oh, right. So you don't want to. Oh, they're 9-hole hitter, but they're batting 11.
I think we would say 12. I think.
So you know what I mean. So really, it doesn't really matter if you load them up, frankly.
Well, I don't want to put the tying run at first and the winning run at home, right? So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Jackrabbits will reassemble into defensive positions.
But you're still far away from the top of their order.
Yeah, but every kid has put the bat on the ball.
Every kid,
and has done a good job doing it. So
no weak spots. Strike 1. Beautiful pitch.
62-mile-an-hour pitch there. So Jack challenging him straight away. Now rubbing a little wrinkle in the ball. Look for a change up here, maybe. And that's exactly what we get. Strike 2.
Jack needs to take a little dance because it's 11 minutes, 11:44.
Yep.
If I were their coach, I would tell him swing and strike out, and let's turn the game over.
Let's see what we do here.
Jack being told wisely to step off.
Yeah, we didn't get the right signs in. So
well, also I think coach is probably fishing for 11:45.
Well, let's see.
It's 11:45. This should be the game.
He went for the high fastball, but number 8 didn't go looking for it.
Is that time? Is that time?
Yep. There we go.
Okay.
And time has expired. We'll finish the inning.
Drawn up perfectly. Now he just needs to strike him out.
Now he needs to, exactly.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Jack with the pitch. Got him! Ball game, Jackrabbits.
Jack with the save. We will take
Beautiful.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, your Jackrabbits are victorious 3-0 today. We'll be back in 2 hours, roughly, to play the Colorado Blackbirds. This is, on behalf of Jackrabbits Broadcasting, this is Mike.
And this is Mark.
Vamos, Liebres. We will see you back here in a couple hours. Have a good rest of your morning, ladies and gentlemen.
So I don't turn this off, right?
No, I got to put it in a little box. Here it is. It goes.
Good game, no mistake.
When it goes.
That's right.